Hey guys, it's the middle of April. Mother Nature's finally decided that it's safe to be working in an unheated storage building. Let's take a look at the charging system on the Cushman Trackster and see if we can finally get it working. Thanks for watching. Bit of a recap where we got to. Originally I thought we had a bad voltage regulator, so I put a new, kind of a generic, four-wheeler mini bike kind of voltage regulator on there, and it doesn't work. The AC signal coming in is about half or maybe a quarter of what it needs to be. It's like about 5 volts, and we need probably somewhere between 15 and 20 volts to be able to create 12 volts DC. And we've taken the flywheel off the back of the engine. We've re-energized the magnets. We've worked on the lighting coil. Everything looked like it was okay, but there's really not a whole lot else it can be. eBay's kind of sort of come through. I've got this lighting coil out of an OMC outboard that I'm hoping we can modify a little bit and make it work in here. Brand new old stock, so hopefully this is going to do the job for us. This is Friday evening. I basically just come out here to kind of get my head wrapped around what we've got for tools. It's been a few months, and get a little bit of a start getting things put back together here. So let me put you guys on a stand, and we'll do a little bit of a time lapse here, and I'll start getting things torn apart, so at least we can see where we're at. Well guys, we got it apart, and there is what I'm thinking is our culprit, that coil that's down in there. And there's the one that I picked up. It looks like it's just going to bolt right in. Now, one of the problems that we've got here, we've got this lead here that's supposed to just get grounded on an outboard, and I think what I'm going to do is cut this ring terminal off, slip some heat shrink down over that, give her a little bit of heat, and that'll turn it into essentially that. Let me get that done. I'm also going to take the other one off, then we'll see about getting this one mounted. This is looking promising. Before we start switching over to the newer coil, let's do a continuity check. Forgive the buzzing, but we're about 0.8 ohm on the original coil, which, it's not surprising to see a low resistance value on a coil. It's just basically a chunk of wire wrapped around a metal slug. We do a check on the new one, and it is about twice that. 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. So, resistance is twice, and while it doesn't necessarily correlate, it would be nice if we were getting at least twice as much voltage out of it. So I think we can safely say that old one is shorted out somewheres, and hopefully this new one is going to do the job for us. Now the wiring is a little bit different. I'll have to try and figure it out. I'm going to need to bring some decent wire out tomorrow and put a little bit longer pigtail on this coil and get everything mounted up and put back together. But I think this should be a fairly quick reassembly in the morning. So we'll call it quits for tonight. I'll be back in a couple seconds for you guys. We'll finish putting this thing back together. Well guys, it's the next day. We got some pigtails put on the coils. We'll feed those up through. Black is not my favorite color to use, but this was the only Tefzel wire that I could find in my stash easily. Tefzel is the wire I'm going to use. This is aircraft wire, but it's temperature resistant. It's going to be all right running up through the passage in the engine. Let me put you guys on a stand, see if we can show you. I'm going to try and fish those up through, and then we'll get this coil installed. We got 2 of the 3 screws to go in. Unfortunately, if you look at the original, you can see how that 3rd screw hole is kind of notched. And the one that we've got here, this is a charge coil actually out of an outboard, similar vintage outboard, but it doesn't have the notch. Now, the picture that I was going off of on eBay when I purchased this had the notch. I don't know why this one doesn't. But unfortunately, that notch is necessary to get that final screw to go in place. It seems pretty solidly mounted, though. I'm not too worried about it. I got the wires all tucked in behind, so hopefully they're not going to get caught on anything. I think we can probably put this together. Let me get you guys set back up, and we'll do a little bit of a time lapse here and see if I can get things to go back together. Well, we got it fired up and running. As you saw in that last little clip, we were running 30 plus volts AC coming out of the coil. That is far better than we've had before. The machine is not being real fun about running. I don't know whether there's a gas issue or what's going on here, or maybe the timing. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's being difficult about running. But now that we've got our AC side sorted out. Definitely doing much better. Let's hook up onto the DC side of this thing. Come on. This alligator clip is junk. They're like cheap ones from, I don't know, Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, whatever. And the rubber boots, when it's a little bit cool, are really stiff and the alligators don't want to open. So let's see if this thing will fire up again, and we'll check and see what we get for DC voltage. Well guys, we've definitely made a little bit more progress with this. We've got a good solid AC coming up off the charge coil now. We're getting well up into the 30s volts AC, so that is absolutely fantastic. However, we're still not getting anything like what we should be out of this cheap little voltage regulator. I think we're going to have to call this one here, and I'm going to have to get a better regulator. Certainly our input is where it's supposed to be now. Now we just need to get the output where it's supposed to be. I don't like leaving this hanging, but unfortunately we're going to have to get some more parts and go at it one more time. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And if you got this far, maybe give me one of those thumbs up things. And consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And we'll catch you guys in the next mess. Bye for now.